Today we're at Blackpool Pleasure Beach for their opening weekend of the 2023 season. Welcome to the United Kingdom Attraction Channel.
Good morning, Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and welcome down here. It's the second day of the 2023 season, so welcome, and also thank you for spending Mother's Day as well. And definitely people treat their mothers today. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. We have 2 minutes, we've got DJ, and we've also got popcorn, so make sure you check them out. But welcome down here, we hope you can have a great day with us today.
Yes, hello and welcome to the United Kingdom Attraction Channel. It is the 19th of March 2023 and we are here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach on their opening weekend of the 2023 season. I said we. Joining me today on the channel is Gemma Buckham.
Hello!
And Adam Hampton.
Hello!
Wow.
Yeah, enthusiastic as always.
It is enthusiastic, and speaking of enthusiasm, the Valhalla, I can see the man-made waterfall is operating for the first time in like 3 years. I think it was before COVID. It is not open today. It is going to be doing testing, what's the word, where it's not officially opening. I'm trying to think of, like, basically testing in April. I will get that word.
Remember the word on the way.
Yeah, on the next clip we'll get it. But it is, hopefully, you're going to be able to ride Valhalla from April. I haven't selected a date yet, but hopefully when we get that date we'll be down to ride Valhalla here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. We have noticed quite a few changes of Valhalla, so we're going to get over there and see them as well. Touching on today, the big one has had a retrack over the closed season at different parts of the track, so it'll be interesting to get on the big one and see if there's any differences. Is it smoother? Is it bumpier? Is it faster? And just a general overlook on the big one. And then we're going to try and get on as many rides and attractions as we can. Yeah. Anything that you're most excited about, you two?
Definitely the big one.
Definitely the big one.
My favourite here.
I think I'm excited for Icon and having a look at the Valhalla.
Yeah.
What about you, Adam?
Icon's my favourite.
Definitely Icon.
I prefer the back seats, like, so
the back seat. Enzo, £15 for Enzo if it's still the same prices. Well, we'll have to look at prices. Prices, I think it was £39 for a single ticket for today. So if you haven't got the season pass, it's going to be £39 on the gate. But that varies different times of the year, different prices. Without further ado, we're going to get at the park and get on our first ride. I don't know what the first ride's going to be. Anyone know?
The burger van.
The burger van. The first ride, I don't know what the first ride's going to be. But we will see you wherever we go here at Blackpool, and we'll try and bring you as much of any update as we can. Like I say, I'm going to go to Valhalla now and see what the station looks like in the general surrounding area of Valhalla, because I do think it has had a little bit of an update. So we'll see you over there, guys.
You know what? I don't know. You need to be giving it now, don't you, really?
Standing outside of Valhalla, what do you think about the... Oh, there's the ice plaster. What do you think about the reimagining?
It looks so smart outside.
It does. It looks very, very sleek.
Yeah.
They've got a new soundtrack by the sounds of it. We have noticed a few things. Obviously, we've got the logo there, which is imprinted. We have just asked one of the ride operators.
You see, he's just standing at the entrance.
The staff member.
There asking,
yes, for questions. Rehearsals is the word.
Yes.
Rehearsals. So rehearsals start on the 7th. The 7th of April 2023. You can get yourself on the Valhalla with a few asterisks attached to that, because a lot of the areas might not be running on the ride. They're going to be testing different areas at different times. They're going to test them all, so you might be able to get on the ride and everything's working. You might get on the ride and only one scene's working. You might get on the ride and half of it's working, half it isn't. So it just depends. These are rehearsals, and they do stipulate that part of the ride might not be operating when you're on the ride. So please bear that in mind. You might not get the full Valhalla experience if you do come for the rehearsals in April. So I'm just gonna, I have showed you a few things. They've still kept the queue lines. So if you look at the path here, all of the holes, that's where the struts are going to go, like them two silver ones over there, for the queue lines. They've added these new flower beds, which are quite good. I don't know what trees they are. They pine trees?
Yeah.
We're going with pine cone trees, yeah, pine trees, with some hellas, different colour hellas, white and pink, which is quite nice. And it's added to the aesthetics, and they're probably going to use this as a natural break for the queue line. Like I said, they've got the new logo on there on the station. The station has also, let me try and zoom in for you. The station has also been enclosed, so it's now completely enclosed in the station. You could see right into the station, but we'll just get a zoom in on them signs. So that is the Valhalla sign itself. And then if we come over, we've got some Viking patterns, which is also replicated on the flags, which I can try and zoom in for you as well. These are the new flags. They've got the new soundtrack, like I said, and they've also kept, which I think is very good, the stone sort of pillars with the dragons on top breathing fire. They've also got them at the entrance over here, which actually do breathe fire, and they've kept the Viking sculpture at the front, and they've also put him on a flower bed, which is quite a nice touch. Like I say, the waterfall, it is stop-start today. It's just stopped there. So it's interesting. They must be testing that. Like I said, they will be testing a lot. I don't know why. Oh, there you go. So it's coming back through there. It's quite an impressive waterfall to a ride, but definitely adds to the aesthetic of Valhalla. The other thing that I wanted to mention, if I come along to this side, is they have closed off. If anyone had been on the Valhalla before, you used to come where it was a turntable. Now I don't know if they've kept the turntable, but I'm assuming they've kept the original track layout. But where you used to be able to see outside of the Valhalla, or you used to see inside if you were standing outside and seen the boats turn before they went down the drop backwards, has now been completely enclosed with like a wooden cladding, almost like a barrel effect with the metal sort of rails. So that has been enclosed, which I don't know what's behind there. I'm assuming the turntable is still there. Used to see like a little water effect there, but that is now gone. Probably doesn't add to the effect outside. I did like seeing inside the Valhalla, and I did like that little water effect, but that is now gone. The ride itself, the water is running on the ride. I don't know if you'll be able to see just over the fence here. You can just see the water running there. So it is definitely ready to operate. Whether they will be operating the boats today, I don't know, but I will come back at certain points of the day and see if the boats are operating, because it would be great to get a look at the boats running. I know we're not going to get on the ride today, but it'll be very good. I don't know if that's going to show on the camera, but the spray is coming over, and probably if you were standing in the queue line today, you would be getting a nice spray. I don't know if it would be nice on a chilly March morning. But yeah, that's as much as I can show you at the Valhalla today. Like I say, I might come back for hopefully some boat operation later on. I will just show you, they have got an old rope tying the double doors together, but I'm assuming that is where you're going to go in and you will exit to the other double doors over there. But it is looking very, very good, very sleek, very apt with the Viking sort of theming and the Valhalla theming, and I do love that new sign. It just adds to the aesthetics of the entire ride, which in my opinion is the best water ride in the UK, in Europe, possibly even the world. It does win countless awards, so definitely a must if you come to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Get yourself on Valhalla, hopefully from the 7th of April 2023 when them rehearsals start. I just wanted to show you the new park map, which is a lot more clearer to understand and to find things. It does use a grid reference, so A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D, E, F. And you can find them on the grid reference, and you can find corresponding to all the different rides and attractions here at Blackpool. We've also got the 2 hotels, the Globe and the Hot Ice Show. Lots to do at Blackpool, so if you do get lost, you can come to the park map and hopefully you can find where your favourite attraction is and get yourself on it. So we're just heading over to the big one for the first ride of the day here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach for the 2023 season, for us anyway. Second day. We're just touching on the weather. What is it? It's gorgeous, isn't it, Adam?
Absolutely.
We're going to have more out of you today.
Are we?
You what?
Are we?
Are we? Oh, we are. Yeah, so, well, I want to get some reviews from you on what you think the big one, if the big one's retrack has been good. Is it bumpier? Is it faster? So, you better tell me later on if that big one is bumpier, faster. What, you just review it. Yeah. I want your own review, right? And you'll certainly get it from me. It has had quite a retrack. Quite a big segment of the
Didn't know Michael started taxis.
Started taxis, ferry cab. Yes, we're in Nickelodeon land currently, and this is the Fairy World Taxi Spin. Nickelodeon Land is the younger area for the kids here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's very good, very well themed to Nickelodeon characters. We've got SpongeBob. I think that's Very Odd Parents that should be. There's the Rugrats, the Do characters. So they've got all of the characters. What was that, Gemma?
I said, who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
What was that, Adam?
I don't know.
Oh, SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, he's camera shy. Do you know, you wouldn't think he's camera shy.
No, you wouldn't.
Because the minute the camera goes away, he's all talk. But no bark. But no, yeah, it's a very good area. They have got the Nickelodeon shop, so if you do fancy going into the shop, you can get quite a lot of good Nickelodeon merchandise.
Expensive merchandise.
Very expensive. And they also do characters, live characters. SpongeBob does come out to play with Patrick. I think Teenage Ninja Turtles. There's quite a lot, isn't there? Dora World Voyage, the Dora Explorer. Yeah, we'll see who is out today. There was some people at the entrance, so it's good that they have got the characters, and they've kept the characters from the old area, which was Beaver Creek. They've kept the beavers, so you can find them around the park as well. And Wallace and Gromit. Blackpool Pleasure Beach is home to Wallace and Gromit the ride, and you can catch Wallace and Gromit over towards that ride at the centre of the park. There's Nickelodeon streak away there. So yeah, we're going to go over to the big one for the first ride. Is there anything you wanted to say?
I just wanted to say the staff are so nice today.
Yes,
they're all
very
going
friendly.
around saying, I hope you're having a nice day.
I think
happy Mother's Day.
The weather is rubbing off, and it
Happy
is Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all of their mothers out there. Hopefully they're bringing them to the theme parks soon. Definitely get yourself to Blackpool, or if you have liked this one, sorry, get yourself at Alton Towers. We were at Alton Towers yesterday, so please check that vlog out as well, because that is their new ride, Curse at Alton Manor. Is that right? I always get that wrong, but Curse at Alton Manor. So check that vlog out if you want a review of that new ride and attraction over at Alton Towers. Without further ado, let's get ourselves over to the big one, guys. See you over there. We've just come off of the big one. What did you think of that?
I've been putting a claim in for whiplash.
It was as good as usual, but
you can tell the difference between the new retrack. It is so smooth. Like I was expecting that shudder, because they've sort of retracked where it sort of gets a lot of strain at the bottoms of dips or the crests. There's it goes again. Oh, there's that.
Obviously we're quite lucky because we have a buff with us.
Yes.
A roller coaster buff, so who was saying, get ready, here on the smooth parts.
Well, it's not hard, it's just a lot more red.
Well, you can tell. And it's amazing. If they do that whole track like that,
that'd be really good.
It'll be a pleasure.
The whole thing was done.
Yeah. I think the more they do, they are updating it constantly, and it's great that they are updating the big one, because it does need a lot of TLC. Living next to the coast, the Irish Sea, a lot of salt, it deteriorates the metalwork. So it is going to need that constant updating, upgrading, maintenance, which Blackpool are giving it, so that's good. So hopefully it'll be here long into the future. It is still the UK's tallest roller coaster. That is soon to be superseded by a coaster at Thorpe Park. But for the 2023 season, it's still the UK's tallest, so we might as well make the most of that in Blackpool while it's still here, before it moves to London, probably in the 2024 season.
Don't do any sticking your fingers up on your pictures either,
anything rude.
because it seems that Blackpool's got a few snowflakes, shall we say?
Well,
I agree with their policies.
I
must be
don't.
a new policy. I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with
I
that.
agree.
Maybe it's not showing it on the screen,
Yeah.
but we should be allowed to look at our own personal photos.
Yeah, Adam was doing a rude gesture behind me, and he wasn't allowed to see his photo.
We all
Stupid.
weren't allowed to see it.
Yeah. And it was only us three in it. So,
Yes, but
don't agree with
it goes to the whole people. Everyone could see that if that was on the screen.
yeah, but he could have showed us in
Yeah,
person.
we do.
Yeah.
Alright.
Small
But
screen.
yeah, you don't do rude gestures, otherwise you'll not get your
Not get
photo.
your photo.
Adam learned. lesson learned. But we're gonna go get some food now. To our burger and hot dog van, or shack, should I say? And then we're gonna get on more rides and attractions here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach for the 2023 season. See you at the bigger van.
I wouldn't be waiting too long.
So we've just had food. I did show you what I got. I had a hot dog and a burger. Adam had the same. Did you have the same, or did you just have a hot dog?
No, I had a hot dog
and a burger.
And some free chips.
And some free chips. So well, very good. You do get a plastic bucket and spade. That's right. And you can actually is a Pleasure Beach logo. It is really, really good. You can't.
It goes to landfill after.
Yeah. So you might as well take it away. You might as well have full use of the bucket and spade.
Well,
go down to the beach. Gemma's got about 50.
Yeah. So I asked the girls behind the desk, I said, do you want this back? She says, no, you can keep it. I said, well, I've got loads anyway. She says, no, just throw it in the bin. Yeah. But they're quite, like...
Yeah, it is quite reasonable. The alcohol is quite reasonable. Gemma's on the pints. And Adam.
I'm holding it for Gemma.
Oh, yeah. I'm staying teetotal.
Yeah.
And I did mention about Nickelodeon Land. They do have the meet and greet. I don't know what character that is. Gemma, do you have any idea? Paw Patrol. Oh well, Paw Patrol. So apparently someone from Paw Patrol, which is the ride I am in front of, but there's no cars here. But yeah, so they do have the meet and greet at Nickelodeon Land, right next to the old Space Invader building. You can see that it used to look like a moon landing. You can just see that behind the facade. And there's the Nickelodeon streakaway. So we are gonna go to the toilet, and then what we're going on next?
Icon!
Well, we're on Icon next for the first ride of the 2023 season here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
Look at you guys go. Here we go. No job's too big, no pups too small. We're on a roll. So here we go. Paw Patrol.
have just come off of Icon. What did we think of that?
I love it. I love it.
It's my favourite one.
It's
Favourite
such
one.
a smooth ride.
Why is it your favourite?
I just like it smooth, but it's accelerated.
Yeah.
The
And it's
airtime,
not
it sort of ejects you out of the chair. It's not a over shoulder restraint. It's just, it's sort of, it's like
that's
it is
so
like a lap
comfy.
bar, but it
You
sort of does come
melt.
over you a little bit. But it almost feels like you've got a lot more freedom. But you're right.
I just wish it was a bit cheaper for Enzo on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Enzo is £15 ticket, and that is the 2 cars on the back do a 360 spin. And there it goes.
I'd love to experience that, but I just
It is
can't
amazing.
justify
Yeah,
paying an extra 50.
I mean, yeah, you haven't done it, have you?
I would love to.
Yeah, me and Adam done it in the last year of the summer. And what we found was, if you are going to do it, go on singly, because you get more of a spin, I think, because it's off centre. It might work if you've got a bigger person and a smaller person, and then it'll start spinning a bit more. But if you're sort of the same weight, it sort of balances itself out a lot, didn't it? So it didn't really quite get the desired effect.
Also on this one as well, there's no snowflakes working at the photo booth.
Oh no, Adam done another rude gesture, and apparently
Testers.
it's testing. I don't
And
agree
that
with this.
photo was up.
Yeah, well, it was. They didn't take that one down. What I have noticed is the Big Dipper. This is the opening weekend of the 2023 season, and it's not operating. I know the Big Dipper is going to be celebrating its 100th birthday this year. I have noticed it's getting a little bit of a paint job. There's some red paint definitely been added to the Big Dipper. I'm going to try and get some footage. Its crown on the top, I don't know what people want to call that. You know what we're on about, that blue spire thing. It looks like a spire to me. That's what I used to call it, a spire. But there's been a bit of a debate on the Blackpool Pleasure Beach website of what it's actually called. I don't even think the staff know, because they have a different name. Every staff member seems to have a different name for it on the socials. But I mean, whatever you want to call it, the spire, the crown, the tip, the dome, there's lots of different names. The top. Yes, it's off currently. I will get some footage of that. We're going to probably head to Infusion now.
Yeah,
Infusion now to ride Infusion, and we'll get some footage of the Big Dipper. It is a shame that that's not running, but hopefully they'll have it up and running for the summer, even the spring, for its 100th birthday, celebrating 100 years of the Big Dipper here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So we'll see you at Infusion. Infusion is going to be the opposite of Icon. It's going to be not smooth, but
I know, I still enjoy it.
It's very good, but it's very
rattly.
Intense and very rattly
head
and very your ears. If you have any ear piercings, I probably recommend taking them off. Have you got them?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Well, we'll see what Gemma thinks of Infusion. Maybe it might be a bit smoother. They might have.
I might take them out.
They might have, in the words of Wallace and Gromit, they might have greased the bearings. So we'll see. Oh dear. We'll see you at Infusion, guys. So we mentioned the Big Dipper. Keep walking, guys. It is covered in scaffold. The top is still off. I did mention they've had red paint on the truck. I did mention that the top is off. I have noticed that the bottom is also exposed. I'll try and zoom in for you there. And they're doing a lot of work on the Big Dipper. I don't know if they're going to be doing it in the station. We'll walk up to the station now and have a look. So we've got a bit of a green, hopefully we can see through it. They are doing a lot of work in the station there. Seems like painting all of the up struts, supports for, which does hold the track right at the top of the Big Dipper, when it does almost like a 360 right round, and then it goes down its first drop. Here's a view of the front of the Big Dipper. It is covered in scaffold. Definitely a lot of work going on. Like I said, the spire or the crown or the top of the Big Dipper has been taken down. If we have a look in the station, lots of scaffold inside the station as well. So we're doing a lot of painting. But they've also got a lot of the wood or the plastic cladding off at the top. So I'm assuming they're going to be replacing that. They've also got lights. It does have lights on normally, and I don't think them bulbs have been replaced. But it'll be interesting to see if they start replacing all the bulbs in all the lights which go up the stanchions or the struts of the Big Dipper itself, ready for its 100th birthday this year. We do want it looking nice and tidy, nice and clean. And like I say, right down in the station, hopefully they're doing a little bit of work in the station. They did put a fountain in, it's 10 or 12 years ago now. The fountain is still there, sorry about the green, but hopefully they'll just give that a little bit of a spruce up, and it'll look really, really good for its 100th birthday in the 2023 season here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So just before we go on the Infusion, it is worth mentioning that they have not pumped all of the water back in to the lake that the Infusion sits on. That's the Infusion about to go up its lift hill there. This is another point of view of the Big Dipper. We've got the scaffold on, like I say, the spire isn't on, covered in scaffold, but it is getting a paint. It's been painted. I can see definitely from this side that's had white paint as well as the red. We'll just watch the Infusion crest the hill. And if anyone wants to know any interesting facts about the Infusion, it did used to be at Southport Pleasureland under the name of Traumatizer, and it was red, not blue. In some places, if you do look at the track, you can see the red coming through before it had its paint job, which made it Infusion here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and it was the first fully suspended roller coaster over water, although that is not true today. It's like I say, it has had a bit of a drain. That is quite common during the winter periods, that the water is drained, and that allows maintenance to get on and check the bolts for Infusion, check everything's okay, and check the fountains, because there is fountains here. There's normally fountains in operation. You can see them there, the long line of fountains, and they're not in operation today, but hopefully it is just the opening weekend, so this will all be in place for the Pleasure Beach full season, or the main season in the start of Easter. You can just see the Pleasure Beach Express. It's definitely worth getting on the Pleasure Beach Express if you can, and it does take you through some good point of views, or different point of views of the Pleasure Beach, and you can just sort of enjoy that and sit back and relax as you go around the park. So let's, without further ado, get on Infusion. So we've just come off of Infusion. That was bumpy.
It was very rapid. Do not wear earrings.
More whiplash.
I did, yeah. Gemma's ears, even, they're like really, well, over here. Yeah, they're really red.
Yeah, little puncture marks on the side.
Little puncture marks.
That's because she set a lip up.
But no, it is a really good ride, but it's just very bumpy.
Yeah, don't worry.
I found out a little trick, although I don't know if they recommend this. Lean forwards, and it sort of like
helps with the whiplash.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, you are the say you're meant to lean back and brace yourself.
Yeah.
Bang on.
But the minute, as soon as you lean back, you're leaning into the restraint, and you're just getting wobbled and bashed.
Please don't try that at home.
No,
because if
I think it's please don't try this at the Pleasure Beach, but
well, yeah.
I like leaning forward.
You've got it at home. You've got some size garden.
But no, so we're gonna try. I've just noticed that looks like the. Oh, it is. So the big one, the big sorry, the Big Dipper. See that little blue spire? I don't know if you can see. There's a little blue spire. I'm gonna have to try it here. That is the top of the Big Dipper.
That's where they're moving it to.
Yeah, so yeah, that's where they're not moving it to there. But it's interesting to see. I've just seen that. I didn't realise. I thought it was off-site, but it's still on-site. It's just over there. Maybe it's getting a paint job. I'm gonna try and do some of the smaller attractions currently. Give ourselves a break. I want to see if there's any sort of new things inside some of the indoor rides.
Maybe something I've never done.
I think you've done most of them. Yeah, but we'll try and get on some of the indoor rides, see if there's any new scenes or new updates to them. And it's sort of giving us a little bit of a break on some of the bigger coasters, and then we're going to fire ourselves back into Avalanche, Revolution, and hopefully the Grand National. So we'll the Grand National's not the steeplechase.
Oh right.
Mind, the Grand National's just as rattly. It's worse.
But the Grand National's probably one of my favourite wooden roller coasters, so we'll have to try and get on that. But we'll see you over. I don't know which ride it's going to be, but maybe one of the Wallace and Gromit River Caves or Ghost Train. We'll see you over there, guys. So we've just come off of the river caves. Get in. These two pair of jokers soak each other. There wasn't much change on the river caves, except I did notice there was a lot more lighting. The lighting was on point, so it did light up a lot more of the sculptures. A few of the animatronics, is that the correct word? Animatronics, they have been taken out, and there are a lot, they've just like got rid of them, which is a bit of a shame, because I do like moving characters, although they were a bit stiff last year. They were moving like the robots.
Like what? Dancing Waters show?
Like robots. A bit stiff. Very stiff. But hair and dirty people. Exactly.
Anyhow, yes.
Gemma
it's
did
still
want
a
to
good
mention
ride.
something about not just the river caves in general. If you are coming to the Pleasure Beach, you have to get an e-ticket. The e-ticket sort of is better to be done the day before, but you can do it on the day. You take a photo. Once you've got a photo,
you get someone you trust.
yes,
Yeah, not Michael.
yes. Once you've took your photos and you've got your e-ticket, you can put them on a group and group them. So you only need to scan once at the rides.
Then you have to wait for the attendant.
Yes.
We didn't realise that we're trying to scan it individually.
So
What's
basically,
the-
what you do is you scan the ticket. The first person can go through, but the other two people, even though it's scanned for all three of you, the ride attendant will have to let you the other two, or the other three, or the other one through.
So just a little bit of patience. if
yeah.
you're doing a good one.
Yes, that's what he said, didn't he? Bit of patience. So we've done the river caves, so we're now going to go, we might as well do a loop, so we'll just start with the ghost train next.
Oh my god.
Yes. See if there's any new scenes on the ghost train. I mean, we've just done Alton Towers ghost train, so I think I'm okay. Okay. And then ghost train, then Alice in Wonderland.
Yay, we'll have to do it.
And Wallace and Gromit. So we'll finish on there. Oh, we can do the impossible.
Yes.
Why don't we do the impossible now?
Yeah, we'll pass.
We'll do the impossible because I haven't done that in a long, long time, and I don't think the impossible will be here for very much longer. I think this area is outlined for a new ride, possibly a new roller coaster. All of this area. The Wild Mouse used to be here. This is now the hub. It's got founded in 2020. I do miss the Wild Mouse. It was a very nippy. Did you remember the Wild Mouse? It was pain.
Yeah.
But it was a good coaster. It's a shame it's gone. But hopefully something will come in the future. Another coaster, hopefully sometime soon.
Hi guys!
You can.
Yes, bro! What's your HI?
The United Kingdom Attraction Channel.
Oh, we gotta go, guys! You ever heard of Connor's Coaster?
Connor's Coaster?
Yes, Connor's Coaster.
No, I've not.
He's called my
Oh well, Connor's Coaster. You can shout out to Connor's Coaster as well. But at the United Kingdom Attraction Channel, so make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, I will.
So without further ado, we're going to get ourselves on the Impossible for the first time for Adam, and it's been a long time for me and Gemma. So we'll see if there's anything new on the Impossible, the ride. And just before we go into the Impossible ride, I did want to touch that they do have a fountain display which every half an hour does do a dancing water show. Well worth it. You can see it behind us, it is very good. So if you do want to catch that every half an hour, it is in the Pleasure Beach, so you can get that free of charge, no extra charge. But please don't run through the fountains. You can see the security guards there that won't allow you to run through the fountain for safety reasons. So we're now outside the Impossible. So here it is. It did have a paint job very recently, and they have changed the name, changed the clock which used to be on there to the Mr. Funshine logo, which is quite apt for Pleasure Beach. But the logo is still there, the Impossible logo, although half of it's not lit up, which is a bit of a shame. But died to get in, so here we go. The Impossible for the 2023 season, Adam's first ever ride on it. and mine and Gemma's first for a long time. So we'll see you off the ride, guys. So we are on the Impossible. We've just come out of the mirror maze and we've came into these. Ooh, long. Very long.
Yes, that's better. I'm going to get a selfie now.
You're gonna get a selfie? Tall and thin.
Wow, I don't need to be fast.
I'm not being fat. Ooh, thinner. Ooh, I've never seen you look so thin, Adam.
I've never seen it look so good.
This one just looks, well, apart from my legs, normal. Lots of different, I won't spoil it all, but there's lots of different, Einstein plus Marilyn, look closely. As Albert Einstein takes a few steps, it appears to be Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn. Einstein. Marilyn. Einstein. I don't know what that does. Ooh, that's freaky.
Oh, I see a skull, 2 bills and skull's eyes.
So we've just come off of the Impossible. So we've just come off. Yeah, that was quite squeaky. But we've come off the Impossible.
Come off the Impossible.
What did you think of that, guys?
It was interesting.
I liked it, but I think what they should do with that is use all of the stuff out of there in the queue the queue lines.
Yeah. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Adam think, so basically the Impossible, I thought they were going to say that the ride wasn't working. The ride actually wasn't working. We managed to go through the sort of, I mean, you will have seen, it was impossible to get on the ride. It is, I don't know if the ride's closed completely, indefinitely, or if it was just closed today. But it's definitely closed, which is a shame. So it might be worth, if you are coming to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, have a look in Impossible. There is a lot of fascinating things.
There is, it's quite interesting.
Especially if you don't want to, like, you just want to chill. You can walk around the Impossible. There's a mirror maze. There's some different, what are them funky mirrors called?
Oh, that bit spoils it because the turtles. I didn't
realise. There's stickers on the ones that you're not supposed to go through because you're gonna hit your nose.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's good. But
It's informative.
It is very
Use it on the
informative.
queue lines. I think that's good for all theme parks.
Yeah, definitely.
It might run out, they might have to make some, I don't know.
Yeah, but something that keeps, if it's even for kids, keeps them entertained, doesn't it, as they're going around.
This whole area of the park is outlined for something. This used to be where Trauma Towers used to be. You're actually looking at the back of Alice in Wonderland there. So God knows what that is going to be. It is just a grassed area currently. They do use it for picnic benches in the summer. Just past the fountains is where the Wild Mouse used to be, which is now currently the hub. And to the right hand side of that, there is an amusement arcade just past the bar. That, I mean, it is okay, but it's not the best. It used to be called Bowlerdrome, but they pulled all the facade down and just replaced it with a white PVC facade. So maybe they might knock that down. Just behind that is the Planet Rock, the old 4D cinema, and obviously we've got the Impossible here. Now I think there is a good chance that all of these things are going to be knocked down and replaced with a ride in this area. We've also got the Dome building over there, which you can just see. That used to be the amusement arcade. It did originally have a ride in it, the Asteroid or something of its type, where it span round and stuck you to the wall and then sort of went up. Didn't go quite vertical, but it did go up. That got took out and then it was replaced just with amusements. It's now unoccupied, so this entire area now has quite a lot of land available to be redeveloped. So we are watching this space. Obviously their priority this year is Valhalla, but maybe in the future, the next major development here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, I can see it being around this area. So watch this space for possibly the 2024, but more likely the 2025 season. I could see around the Impossible, the Ultramar Towers, where the hub is, and where Bowlerdrome is. I can see that all being redeveloped into, let's hope, fingers crossed, either a really, really good roller coaster or possibly 2 or 3 flat rides you could fit in this area, but I think it would be more likely a coaster to come to the park. We are going to stick on the theme of the smaller rides, the indoor rides, dark rides. I think we're going to go to the Ghost Train next, and then Alice in Wonderland. So we'll see you over at the Ghost Train, guys, and we'll update you if there's any new scenes, anything new for the 2023 season at the Ghost Train. I don't expect much, but you never know, there might be. So we will bring that to you as we see it. So we've just come off of Alice in Wonderland. What did you think of that?
That's a scary one.
That was a scary one.
Make sure you put your belts
no,
on.
it was a
I've got loads of things on my... It's from the Valhalla. I don't know if you've seen that. Valhalla was testing, and now all the...
Professionalism is the #1 objective as well.
Yeah,
wipe the camera while
wipe the camera while we're on screen. It looks good now. What do you think of Alice in Wonderland?
It's canny. I love the
It's canny. It's a bit old. It seems a bit old.
I love the story itself anyway, so
Yeah.
I enjoy
And all the neon inside as well.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Kids would love it.
It's nice just to chill out for a bit as well, rather than getting thrown all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is good. It's good to chill out. It's very good for the younger kids. Walt Disney had to be asked, so Pleasure Beach had to ask Walt Disney if they could use Alice in Wonderland, because royalties are all down to Walt Disney now. You were mentioning Walt Disney obviously didn't write it. Who wrote it?
Lewis Carroll, but that
Lewis
wasn't
Carroll
his real
wrote the
name.
book. Who was his real name?
Charles Ludwig Dodgson.
Why did he change his name?
Wow, let's not mention why he changed his name. But anyway, yes, so Walt Disney got the rights to Alice in Wonderland, and then Blackpool Pleasure Beach, years and years ago, I don't know the exact date, did have to ask for Walt Disney's permission, and they accepted, surprisingly, and that is how Alice in Wonderland is still here today, outside of a Walt Disney World park. I did mention about Valhalla and the spray getting into the camera. The boats are testing. I did get quite close to the station. The staff there, probably going through staff training to how to operate Valhalla. So it was quite good that happened.
With staff training, they are friendly as well, aren't they?
They are very, very friendly. We've noticed that. Even on Alice in Wonderland they were really friendly, but across the park it's been really, really friendly. They've all been really, really friendly, and that makes a difference to the experience, the overall experience. Do you not agree?
Yeah. It's really good.
Which is really good for Blackpool Pleasure Beach. You do want a friendly experience when we're on holiday, want to have a good time. So I did say I was going to go to the Ghost Train. We ended up needing the toilet, so we came to Alice in Wonderland first. So we're now going to go to the Ghost Train and then hopefully get on some bigger rides and attractions there. Probably go back along for the 2023. Oh, he's on it now. But yes, we're going to try and get all the way down to the bottom end. We're going to do the Revolution, the Avalanche, and then hopefully get on the Grand National as well. So we will see you outside the Ghost Train, guys.
See you there.
And it's looking like an almost walk-on today on the Ghost Train, which is almost unheard of. 5 o'clock today, the park does close, so we're going to try and get on as many attractions as we can. And the next one being the Ghost Train. I can already see we've had some paint jobs on some of the sculptures, looking very, very good. So let's see if there's any differences inside the Ghost Train today for the 2023 season. So we've just come off the Ghost Train. Downside of that is Gemma had to go by herself. But
Do you know what? It's actually alright doing it on yourself so you can concentrate more.
yeah, well, especially when Adam's not. Oh well, this looks old. This is old.
And like flicking your ears and things.
Yeah.
Don't start.
Spraying water in your face.
But no, it'll never get all of that Ghost Train. It's not a quick ride.
No.
It's not like jump scares as such.
I can assure you, it does get old because it is old.
It's when you
Yes, I know what you mean.
yeah, but and it's like not so much jump scary, but it is can be quite psychological.
For kids, it's
Yes.
scary.
Yeah.
There's a few parts of it which are.
Yeah. And like if you're on your own and you're like observing it.
You're scared, Gemma, is that what you're saying?
No.
So if anyone knows any good psychologists out there that Gemma can get in touch with, please just put it in the comments.
But it is good to see they have done a lot of the painting. They've kept all the scenes the same. These two are about to have a fight. They've kept all the scenes the same, but they have done a lot of like sort of touch-up jobs, what I would call it. So without further ado, we're going to get further back into the south end of the park, and we're going to go on Revolution and Avalanche, and then hopefully come back and ride the Ice Blast and the Grand National.
Do with the nice blast station.
With vodka.
With vodka.
Michael Cardy's driving.
Yes. But we're going to head over towards the Revolution for the next roller coaster of the day. We're going to try and get all the roller coasters cracked today with it being so quiet. It's just about a walk-on ride. It has been great. I did touch on how friendly the staff were, and they have been really, really friendly. So that just adds to the day. It's that extra little bit of a bonus, because there's nothing worse than grumpy staff. But we'll head towards Revolution now. That's the one that gets my stomach going. But
it's the steps for me.
it's the unknown when you're gonna go backwards and when you're gonna drop. That's a bit like, oh. But we'll see you over there, and hope you get some great off-ride footage as well for you. So we've just come off Avalanche. I did say we were going to go on Revolution, but Avalanche was closer.
Yeah, well past it.
So, anything you want to mention on it?
I just love it. I love the ride. It's a great ride.
One car operations today, so it was the longest queue of the day so far. They are doing a little bit touch-up work on it. They did start last year. Haven't finished yet. I don't know why they're not doing it. Because it does need definitely the track side needs a paint, because it's the rubber wheels go over that. Oh, it's now black. Here it's going over. But it is a really good ride. It is one of a kind in the UK. There is other ones around the world. It's the only one that you will find in the UK. So definitely, if you come to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, get yourself on Avalanche on the bobsled. So we're going to go on the Revolution, which is this one behind. This is the one which makes my stomach feel.
And it's got a million steps.
And then we're going to go on the Red Arrows.
You feel
Me and Adam are. Gemma doesn't like the Red Arrows.
not keen.
No. Just a flat ride, and she doesn't even like it.
Sometimes.
Oh well. But we'll see you off the Revolution. of the Revolution. What did you think? You two were together.
I enjoyed it.
Short.
It's very quick, but it is enjoyable.
It's very short.
63 or 63
63 steps to the top. And
if you've got bad knees, it's not nice.
no, it should be a lift.
Well,
But
maybe
they could put a lift to the side. They could put a lift.
Um,
It was the same manufacturers as the big one, Aerodynamics. They are now bankrupt. They ceased operation, so Blackpool has to sort of find parts for it itself or make parts for it itself, which I know doesn't sound great, but they actually have a really good maintenance team and have allowed the big one and the Revolution to function well past its parent company's downfall to date.
we didn't see any Weetabix boxes up there, put it that way.
No, there was no way. Weetabix boxes.
Well, like fixing, like quick fixing.
I don't think there's no Weetabix boxes on top of the Revolution, I can confirm that. So we're now going to go to the Red Arrows, where Adam managed to get the spinning going. It is a technique. I tried and I couldn't, and Gemma was petrified and wouldn't move.
Ah, yeah. Point was me going. I just
So me and Adam's going to go on it. We'll try and get the spinning going, the motion. We'll see how good we can get it. You did it really well. Was there a technique? He's not giving the technique away. If anyone knows the technique of how to get it to spin on the Red Arrows, please let us know, comment below, because I want to know. Because I've tried and changed the wings and it doesn't work. I was doing what you were doing. One the other. Just try one the other quite quickly. Once we've got the momentum going, I'll try it. We'll see. I'll count how many inversions I can get on the Red Arrows. Count how many you can get. We'll see who's the winner. So we'll see you off the ride, and hopefully Gemma's going to get some off-ride footage as well. So we'll see you off the ride, guys.
courtesy of United Kingdom Attraction Channel, we have Michael Stanix and Adam Hampton.
Here we go, next time up the
So we can see the both got a bit of spinny action going.
Just come off of the Red Arrows Skyforce. What did you think of it, Adam?
Well, it's safe to say I definitely won that one.
Yes, I tried. Well, what's the technique?
Not hard enough.
What's the technique?
Can't tell you.
Tell the viewers.
Right, I'll say now it's not a competition. You have to use your body as well. So and when you feel it going, like you have to get the momentum and then like push the other way and then go the other way, and you can feel it in and you know which way to push.
That might be right, because I didn't use my body. I was just using the
arms.
wings.
You use the arms as well.
Yeah.
That helps when you get to the momentum. You have to like give it that little push.
But yeah, with your body.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's
But
body
it's
weight.
It's
That's
actually quite a
it.
workout. Yeah. It's at Lake tomorrow now. It's not fixed.
It's quite a workout. But oh well, it's good. It's definitely a good addition to the park. It used to be where the bling. So if anyone knew the bling, that's took its place. There is a little gift shop as well, which is quite good. It's the shape of a hanger. And I'm calling it the Red Arrows. Its proper name is Skyforce, but obviously Skyforce, the Red Arrows. And the Red Arrows team did come down to open the ride, which was really good. When they're about Blackpool, sometimes they pop in and go back on the ride. So definitely worth, if you're here for the air show, you might bump into some of the Red Arrows team, because they do stay at the Pleasure Beach. Sorry, they stay at Blackpool during the 2-day air show. So you never know, they might be in the Pleasure Beach. What are we going on next? I think we're going to go over at the front of the park and we're going to try and get on Ice Blast and the Grand National. Trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's nearly it after that. So them 2 rides, and we will be doing a closing down speech of what we thought the opening weekend here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach 2023 was like. And I'm sure it's going to be good.
Of the 2023 season.
For the 2023 season. He's got it. We'll see you over towards Ice Blast and Grand National, guys. So we've just come off of the Grand National. I don't know what that cross is on my face.
Oh, come on, Mr. Vane. Keep on it.
No, there's a cross on my face. I hope this doesn't show up on the camera. But anyway, what did you think of the Grand National?
It's not bad. It's too rickety.
Is it now?
It's very rickety and rattly, but at least your head isn't bounced around all over.
It is my favourite wooden roller coaster here at the park.
It's squashed the 2 people.
It is quite big. I think it's like the nostalgicness of wooden roller coasters. It's the most rickety thing. It looks like it's about to fall apart. I think that's a good thing, that wooden roller coasters, you get like the fear that, oh my god, am I going to make it off this ride?
Nah, not for me particularly, but hey ho.
But I do think that's what a lot of people come to try and get a ride on the Grand National. It's obviously not.
I like the theming because you're like, as you're going over the bumps, it's like going over the jumps, and they're all named jumps.
Valentine's, did you notice that one? Yeah. That's supposed to be the worst one, isn't it? Valentine's, I'm sure.
Yeah, well.
One of them. One of the worst ones. It is one of only 3 in the world. I actually think it might be 2 now, but I don't know that. Put it down in the comments if you know. But I'm sure there was 3 of that type. The racing roller coaster. I don't know if you've ever been on the Grand National, but if you start on the right hand side, you'll finish on the left. So it's.
And we lost.
And we did lose. We lost. It's out of weight, so if there's more weight in one car, it will win. So the heavier the car is,
so the heaviness of Michael's head.
The quicker, exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, Adam. But we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it is a racing one, so there's a bit of a competition element.
Blue and red cars.
Yeah. And there's 4 cars, so it depends which ones you get. But obviously 2 race each other and then another 2 come. But they were only running the 2 today, I think. So was it blue and red today?
Yeah.
I can see the green one's parked up. So one last ride, and we're gonna have a look in the gift shop as well.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can have a little review. Gemma's looking for a magnet, a Pleasure Beach magnet. So
just a specific Pleasure Beach magnet.
Yes.
So we'll have a look.
We'll have a look. Right, we'll see you over at the last ride, which is Ice Blast. We've done a lot of rides today. It's been really quiet, hasn't it?
It's been good.
Really quiet for the opening weekend, which is good for us. Probably bad for the Pleasure Beach, but really good for us because we managed to get on just about anything we wanted with very little wait and queue. I think the biggest wait was Avalanche.
Yeah.
So but hopefully Ice Blast is going to be a short queue and we'll get straight on it, which is just behind us.
So annoying. Should be just like paying and...
Yeah, because we're the we'll do 3.
So we've just come off of Ice Blast for the last ride of the day here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach for the
2023 season.
It's so cheerful. Yes, it is the 2023 season. What did we think of Ice Blast?
It's just a generic launch
It's
power.
over.
Yeah, it is. It's really good views. I recommend you look over towards Blackpool and you get a really good view down the promenade of the tower and the whole of Blackpool, the Blackpool Stadium, I'm trying to think of some of the prominent things, the new Wetherspoons, curvy roof, all the piers. That's probably a lot better than, I mean, if you're interested in the Pleasure Beach, you can look at the Pleasure Beach that way. So that's a good one as well. So we're going to try and get, there it is, there it goes. We're going to try and get Gemma a magnet at Kiss Me Quick Shop. She's just situated over beside the flying machines, which Gemma said she's not been on. I can't believe it, it's the oldest ride in the park and she said she's never been on it. But hopefully we'll get on it at some point. You can just see them behind us. And then we're going to do a closing down speech as well of what we thought of the park today for its opening weekend. of the 2023 season. We'll touch on Valhalla, which is here, see what our thoughts are from the outside and what we thought about that. And also the old ticket centre. I will try and get some footage of that because it looks like that's going to be the new Blackpool Pleasure Beach store. So I'll go past that when we're leaving the park and hopefully get a little bit more footage of inside of what they're actually doing. That would be really good, I think, if they do make a Blackpool Pleasure Beach store, because I think that is one thing it's missing. A good big shop. Do you not agree, Gemma? The shops are a bit small.
Shop,
yeah. But so we'll head over towards the Kiss Me Quick shop to try and find a magnet for Gemma.
It's just bed. That looks cool spot outside the
Just like that, a day at Blackpool Pleasure Beach is at a close. Now, we've got a lot to touch on, but I'm going to first of all ask what was the best part of the day to Gemma and Adam.
I just had a great day. It was
Icon's been mad.
Yeah, Icon was amazing. I loved the new smooth bits of the big one. That was awesome.
Yeah.
The food is great as always.
The barbecue shack is what we're calling it.
That's what we're calling it. We don't know if it's got a real name, but we go there all the time.
Yeah, no, it has been really good. The staff has been really pleasant and really happy.
Lovely and friendly, but it is the beginning of the season, so we'll revisit this in August.
When they're all had nearly a full season and busy and everyone tells them to do one. But no, it has been really good, and it's a breath of fresh air when the staff are lovely. And
it makes a difference.
It does, yeah, it just makes it. The weather's been really good. There hasn't been that many people here today. It's a Sunday and it's Mother's Day, so maybe people's been doing other things, so we've hit on really lucky. We've managed to get on most of the rides that we wanted to get on. I think anything we went on. Avalanche was the biggest queue, wasn't that long. It was only because it was running one car. Operations today, all of the rides except the Big Dipper and Valhalla were running. That is right.
Actually, no, there was a list in there before when we came through.
Major rides.
Not
the small one. There was a few at Nickelodeon that wasn't working, but the major rides I think was the Valhalla and the Big Dipper. Which was really good. To be fair, Valhalla was expected, the Big Dipper was expected, it was also on their website, and you said you've seen something at the front door as well, which had other rides as well, which is good. So it was well, sort of, what's the word, advertised, well informed. Yes. So which is good, because you do want to turn up to the Pleasure Beach with your favourite ride being off, and you spent all that money. That was operations. Weather's been great. I think I'm going to touch on this shop, but we'll go on to the Valhalla now. They were testing the boats. It does look really good. They painted the boats black. They've added extra cushioning, rubber cushioning. It still doesn't look. It just looks like it's no lap bar at all, no seatbelts. It didn't seem so.
We're wondering if you get as wet.
Yes, there's no signs at the moment. Maybe they can put them up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, this is true.
And it might be in the station, because the sign used to say you may get soaked, you will get wet. And that was very true.
When we do ride it, we're going to bring like full body waterproof system.
And hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer than it is today when we do get on the ride. I don't know, I don't know when you're coming back. Well, not to say when you're coming back, but I'm going to personally try and get back for its opening or rehearsals today. So hopefully I can get back and show you some of that. And I will speak to Blackpool and hopefully I might get some on-ride footage with my GoPro. You never know. They don't let us go on the other rides for the general public to protect them. However, maybe they might do a media day, especially with it being the rehearsals, so I might can get some footage of that as well. And I think, what are you laughing at?
It's because he's edging his way out with the bloody footage, so I'm trying to pull him back in.
Oh well. Well, if there's nothing else for you to say, I'm going to pan over here and show you the Blackpool Pleasure Beach store. Now, the reason why I think it is that, there's no giveaway. I'm going to walk down here just before we do go off. And if you have a look, this used to be the ticket centre. And above, it does say, I'll try and zoom in off me, the Pleasure Beach store. Now, there isn't much to see, apart from they have ripped out all of the benches that used to go right along and all of the sort of railings. They still have, the toilets are downstairs. Whether they'll keep them or not, I don't know. They might fill that in. I don't really know what they'll do with that. But I think this is a really good location for the Pleasure Beach store. Right at the beginning or the end of the park, exit of the park, and it leads you straight onto the car park or straight out of Blackpool itself. So definitely a good location and a massive area to put a store. Blackpool doesn't have any big shops. They do have shops. They've got the Nickelodeon shop, they've got the Wells and Gromit shop, they've got the Kiss Me Quick shop and a few others, but they don't have that one big store like Alton Towers does, Thorpe Park. So it would be really good if they could do that. And who knows, they might get a lot more sales off the back of that, and they might let other people, because it's not actually in the park, they might let other people come to the park or come to the shop, should I say, without buying a ticket to the shop. So you can buy your merchandise without even coming into the park, which is quite good. Now I'm not gonna say bye. I'm gonna cut to Gemma and Adam and say goodbye with both of them with me. And we're here, they're here to say goodbye. Gemma wants to mention something though.
Yeah, because the toilets outside are closed, so we tried well enough to go back in, and the security were really nice and said that we could go back in and use the toilet, so
they did.
Shout out to security.
I think all the staff have been really good, so credit to them.
Yeah.
And just outside Mr. Funshine and the Pleasure Beach sign, thank you for watching the channel. Please subscribe, please like, please comment anything you want to know about us, anything you want to know about the theme parks, and subscribe's the main thing, like, and all that stuff to say is thank you for watching the United Kingdom Attraction channel, and we'll see you next time, guys. Bye.